All right, we got a new member today, Ramonski. First time on the podcast. First thing we're gonna talk about today is this overreaction and somehow extreme hatred for GameStop, as if they created the used game business and are somehow just hammering the industry, even though we all know that the industry is making record profits every year.
Yeah, but GameStop making some of that money and that's wrong.
I don't even know how to start without just full blown being
Well,
crazy.
But they killing the industry though.
Just let everybody know you used to work there. You start there.
All right, yeah, I did work there, and I'm not saying GameStop is a great company. By no means is it a good company. Any company can do improvements, especially at the lowest level, because as most people know who work for any kind of corporation, the lowest level gets the worst of it in any form or fashion, whether it's the worst pay, the worst hours, worst compensation, all that. But that's neither here nor there. This notion that GameStop is somehow like this deep-seated corporation just trying to steal money from you, including the people that work there, is just crazy. Like, I always read all these comments on message boards and all that stuff, which I know is stupid in the first place, but still, you upset because a person asks you, did you want to reserve something every time? That person is doing a job. They could care less, most of them can care less whether or not you reserve a game. They honestly could. But they have a job to do. That's just like if you call a customer service line. Usually they're going to ask you, do you want this other product? Because they told to do it. Yeah. GameStop is the same way. It's a numbers game. So that part ain't even the issue at this point. Apparently people are suing GameStop. And the reason they suing GameStop, based on what we've been able to read so far, is that they were under the impression that if they bought a used game, that the one-time use codes were in the game. That's their first complaint. Their second complaint is that GameStop's used game culture, by trading in your used games for other used games, somehow encourages people to only purchase used games, which you can take your trade-in credit and purchase whatever you want. They might ask you, hey man, you want a used version of this game instead? What the register is going to say whenever they scan the game, it's cheaper, and unless it has some kind of online pass, it's the same game.
Yeah.
And if you upset that your code didn't work, first of all, the codes always say while supplies last for the pre-order codes in general.
Yeah. And
then even the codes that come inside of the packages, they have time limits on them. So that code may just be expired, or sometimes they don't even work. I've opened up a game before, and the code just didn't work. There's nothing I can do. You can call that company's customer service line, and they're going to tell you, oh, you might just need to return your copy.
Wow.
So, but then you look at the comments when they say somebody's suing GameStop, and it's all this, yeah, they deserve it. That's what they get. GameStop, I went to GameStop, I had 40 games. They tried to give me $50.
I just bought this new game, and they want to sell it for $30. It don't make no sense. Why they can't sell for the full price that I got it for? I don't understand.
Because it's a business. They don't make you trade your games in. Nobody's telling you once you come in there, like, sir, once you give this game to us for trade-in, you have to trade it in. Like, you don't have to do it. And me and Keith was talking about this earlier. If somebody has ever went into GameStop or any games place and exchanged a game for a game, please let me know.
Oh, no, you can't do it.
It's never happened. During the most I've ever gotten for a game is like $45, and that was like pretty much a new game, and we had some kind of promotion for it.
I got $80 back once for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Shin Megami Tensei 3 was extremely rare at the time.
Exactly.
And they gave me like $80 for it. I mean, you can find it now for like $19. It's everywhere now. But at the time, it was just like it was in short supply.
You get mad at GameStop because they giving you store credit that you don't have to take. Like, yeah, this is such a...
I mean,
can't you choose?
You don't even have to take the trade-in value. You don't like it, you can always go to eBay or find somebody who sell the game for
at
GameStop, a higher price.
Is it only store credit, or can you actually get cash?
You can get cash, but it's like 30% less than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always take your game to the pawn shop and get even less for it.
Get spit on.
Pretty much. Tell you how much you think you're gonna get, and then give it to you in pubes.
Some crazy,
I mean,
it's a crazy dude staring you down, looking like the soup nuts.
exactly. Like, you take this and get out.
Yeah.
Cause, dude, I'm sorry, I just don't understand it.
uh,
Ramon, what you think about that, man?
It's terrible, man. You know, people complain about just nonsense. There's way more than enough media out there and way more than enough ways to get the same thing for less.
yeah,
There should be no complaints about whatever you need. I'm a frequent user of Amazon and eBay myself. If I can't find it in GameStop, Amazon and eBay is instantly used. And
yeah,
9 to 10 times I find it for 10% off.
yeah.
And I can get a good bundle.
Yeah, we all use Amazon and eBay. All of us.
Yeah,
have
like
used that.
almost all my games come from Amazon, to be honest.
It's simple. It's not like a hard thing. Like they act like GameStop is the only place that you could buy games at Walmart if you really want to. But now you want to get a disc. You want to drive to the GameStop because they got used games. Then you get mad because they offer a trade-in program that you really can't do anywhere else.
I don't want to hear anything about that.
Best Buy is slowly trying to start it up,
Yeah.
but I don't think they.
Best Buy's trade-in program is awful. It's just like it's a jumbled mess.
It's terrible.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Even their pre-owned games are just terrible. I don't even want to touch it. I don't want to touch it.
It's not for me.
Want to touch it. No, I thought about buying the PlayStation 3 from them, and then I just thought to myself, last time I bought anything from there was Dragon Ball Z, sag ass. And when I tried to give that back, I had to go through a whole corporate thing, and we're not gonna do that again. So we're just done.
Dragon Ball Z Saga, like everybody who bought a copy of Dragon Ball Z Saga should have just been reimbursed because it was so bad. Like you needed your money back. Like there was no excuse for that ever hitting the shelf.
I know this is off topic, but just because he mentioned that game, I'm gonna just throw my little story in.
Yeah.
When you get to like the second fight, before you even get to Raditz, and they like, oh, these are green Cybermen, these are yellow ones, and now these are blue ones. I was like, yeah this is going down real bad.
Dude, we rented it one time, did we there?
Yeah.
Like we rented it, and you was fighting all these different color Cybermen, which I know for a fact don't fucking exist in the book or the goddamn show. And then we get to the Trunk Saga, and you go into the future, you start fighting all these all these weird android robots before you get to the actual android. I'm like, this didn't happen.
I was gonna let him slide with the Cyberman.
I was gonna let him slide with that, but then when you start fighting these robots that just never fucking existed anywhere, I was like, that's enough.
It did happen in the Twilight Zone.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Get back.
Let's get back on cover, but that game deserved a sidetrack because it was terrible.
It did. But yeah, man, it's just I just get upset when people get mad at businesses for being businesses. Like there's no forcing involved. And then another thing the article said was that that people were getting upset because, and this is included in those plaintiff suits, that by printing the amount you saved on the receipt, it's like tricking them into thinking they got a deal. No, you paid less. If a game is $59.99 and you bought the $54.99 version, you literally did save the $5.
Yeah.
You may be upset that GameStop is selling it for only $5 less. You could have just bought the new copy then. But them telling you, hey, you know you saved $5, come back to GameStop. You mad at them for that? Like that upsets you?
And everyone, I hate to say it, but everyone, like within the industry, like even within the industry, they dog out GameStop because they're saying, well, look how much money they're making on these used games. And then you hate it, but it has to go back to the same argument we talked about before. If I own something, it's fucking mine. And if I want to sell it, I'll sell it. You don't get to tell me what to do with something that I fucking own. You made the game and I bought it. After that,
they could sell it.
Hey, you made the game and then I bought it. Now, if I want to resell it or smear peanut butter across it, that's my prerogative. It's got nothing to do with you.
No, we
exactly.
We should buy new games to support the developers and publishers because they deserve money.
I do buy new games when they deserve to be bought as new games. But when I feel like the game ain't worth it, or I feel like it's a good chance I might take advantage of GameStop 7-day program and turn the game back in for being a piece of crap, I'm gonna buy it used.
Like, there are games right now that I'm deeply interested in, and I'm not even going to go into them, but there are games right now that I'm interested in. But I'm not going to buy them till December because right now they're $60, and I know by December those games aren't popular. They'll be like $8 on Amazon by December.
Yeah.
And I get them.
GameStop will do their holiday. GameStop will do a holiday sale, and we'll take advantage of it.
Always. Holiday sales, season sales all the time.
Exactly.
Just recently going through one right now. But
they got to do the
my
summer
word
sale.
today is for all the gamers out there, man. If you're going to go in that way and you're going to buy a used game, there's no excuse. We already know the deal. These games aren't new, and they're definitely this whole concept is the same way every year. If you're going to buy a used game and you're going to get that sale, just go all the way in on online when you get home. You already know you're going to have to buy that pass or you're going to have to buy some kind of form of DLC. That money you just saved, that's the money that's going on that. There's no use. You're going to have to do it sooner or later or you're going to feel that you're cheating yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it's made, man. I mean, it's pretty much the industry is made a certain way. And before we get off the subject, one last thing, just not even trying to big up GameStop, but just stating a fact. GameStop, whether people want to admit it or not, for the people who don't spend a lot of time on the internet, GameStop has pushed the industry for the industry. They've made it more mainstream. They've helped to that. Midnight launches.
Exactly.
Constant pre-orders. Before pre-orders were a thing, like that was, before it was a scale to grade how good your game is doing before it came out, GameStop was pushing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now the industry uses it as a metric to see how well your game is doing. Oh, we got to get our pre-orders up. Or our pre-orders ain't meeting the same level that the previous version of this game was making.
Yeah, I don't even want to go in too deep for that because we'll show it off topic because
because
you know, like a lot of these companies say, well, you know, well, we expected our game to do Call of Duty numbers, and it's always some niche game that, you know, only a small number of us are gonna like.
Yeah. Sudoku for the DS.
We thought it was gonna. Yeah, you didn't think nothing because you obviously weren't thinking if you thought that was gonna sell well.
Festus Quest HD.
You know what?
My God.
I'm glad you said that. Let's get into the next topic, which is the good old Capcom and the HD remake land that they live in. Now,
oh God.
First of all, let's not even play dummy. Let's not even play stupid. We all know that emulators exist, and we've all used them at one point in time. And people
I'm
who are
using it
listening
right now.
The first time I ever played DuckTales was on emulator because I just didn't get to play it as a kid.
Exactly. But I played DuckTales as a kid. Not a bad game. Fantastic game. Made when Capcom was pumping out just pure quality.
Gems.
From around the NES all the way up until the end of the SNES and Sega Genesis time. If it had Capcom's name on it, you could bet your bottom dollar it was worth some money.
Yeah.
It was worth your time. Even if it was a 3-hour game, it was worth them 3 hours. But now they decided, you know, now they did, was it Bionic Commando, right? Mm-hmm. Now the first Bionic Commando, me and Keys bought day one. Didn't question it. Nope. Loved Bionic Commando as a kid. Seen the HD remake. Looked like a brand new game with the same concept. Loved it. Enjoyed it to death. Played it. Right. And actually, I bought it twice on the PS3 and the 360 just because I could. Just because I liked the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they came out with the second one. Awful. Don't know what happened. Just didn't like it.
Y'all were going to buy it anyway, so.
And I did not. Tried it out. Was like, this feels weird. This feels weird. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't look right. Didn't touch it. Okay, so because of the success of the HD remake, then they did another one. They did Super Street Fighter 2 HD remake. Now, me, Larry, Kennard, Ramon, Keith, everybody got that HD remake. Thought we was going to get something special.
Oh, wow.
Realized the hitboxes were in the same spot. All the combos were exactly the same. So he just slapped the skin over it. Not like they did behind the Commando rearm.
Why did it take them so long to come out with it if that's all it was?
Exactly. I started looking, I went and got an emulator just to check something. Let me see something. And tried a combo out on the old one and then tried it on the new one. The exact same time frame and everything was exactly the same. So we did nothing. We just got a skin. After that,
I downloaded the demo and deleted it the next day.
Exactly. After that, we started watching them. Gotta watch them. Now they come out with DuckTales HD remake. First of all, woohoo! Woohoo! Who was asking for that game?
Did we sat around on Skype and say, "Hey, we gotta have that DuckTales HD remix"?
Was it like a big groundswell of DuckTales?
I don't know. I've been asking for some kind of HD re-release Street Fighter Alpha 3 for quite some time though.
Well, we put
With some
some
online,
PlayStation version.
some
It
online.
seems like
or
they
something.
doing everything reverse.
It's
They
like
give us games that we don't want.
We don't want them, and then when we don't buy them, they're like, "Well, nobody's supporting us." I was like, "Cause you're giving us games we didn't even ask for."
What, y'all didn't want JoJo Bizarre Adventures with 1,600 Microsoft points?
Yeah, exactly.
You want
That's my next point.
The
About
game's $20, dude. It's free on Dreamcast emulator. You pay
First
$20
of all,
No.
for that.
No, what about Marvel vs. Capcom Origins? You didn't want that either?
that's half a game.
Hey, if you had the other games in there like X-Men versus Street Fighter, I'd have bought it. But instead, I'm fucking downloading games on the Saturn emulator and just playing them there because I'm not paying for that again.
Wait. You didn't want Darkstalkers?
I wanted a new Darkstalkers game.
And you said that you couldn't give it to me because I didn't buy the one I didn't ask for. Like Capcom, god damn it!
But look, and I'm not even gonna get into Breath of Fire because I don't want to do it. I refuse to.
Shit.
Okay.
We ought to.
I'm not.
Hey, I would just say it right quick.
They
They
refuse.
took Breath of Fire, they slapped it together as some fucking iOS game, some cell phone game, and the shit ain't got nothing to do with Breath of Fire.
It's gonna have microtransactions. You know, it's gonna have all of that. They gonna milk it out, and they gonna sell 5,000 copies max,
I guarantee
and
you
then
that
tell
game
everybody that
I guarantee you that game didn't even start off as Breath of Fire. They just slapped,
we know it didn't. We all know it didn't. But look,
slapped that name on it.
DuckTales HD remake. Now it's one thing to come out with an HD remake. It's another thing to come out with a game that, goddamn it, could have took 20 minutes to reskin, and you gonna charge me $15 for it?
$15. Dude, if they had a charge
mean-
$5.99 for that, like a lot of other PSN games,
I'd
I'd say, okay, I'll give you that for a skin.
I give you that. And look, I even told Larry, I said, look, $9.99, I'd have considered it. I'd have strongly considered it. I'm like, you know what, you're really pushing it.
$15.
I wouldn't do it.
But I think I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out.
But 1,200 Microsoft points.
$15?
Have you lost your mind, Capcom?
There are better quality games.
They lost it 10 years ago.
There are better quality games on the indie section of Xbox One for like 80 points. And they gonna charge you $15 for this old NES game.
But look, we redid the stages with some hidden gems in the music soundtrack, and look at the bells and whistles.
Can't you feel the HD? Woohoo!
Dude, it's not. I don't know if it's worth $15 because everybody, including me, when you get that nostalgic itch and you wanna, everybody uses emulators, dude. I'm just fucking say it. Right?
Let's just go ahead. We need to
Everybody
reiterate
uses
that point.
emulators. They aren't even hard to use.
Ooh. Wait, for you cheap bastards out there, PlayStation Plus, $12.
It didn't even drop to 10. It dropped to 20.
Couldn't even go down to $9.99. No, $11.99.
for me. You dropped. Oh my god.
25% discount. That number sounds a lot better than just $3 off, don't it? 25%.
No, it doesn't. They dropped down.
Y'all ready for that Street Fighter free to play?
Oh my god.
Oh. I'll put it to you this way: has Capcom done anything right
In the past,
7 or 8 years?
They giving us Ultra Street Fighter.
not doing it. I'm really not doing it. I'm not gonna do it this time.
It's like for everything right they do something wrong. Like they gave us Devil May Cry HD collection, but then they gave us DMC.
they couldn't handle the pressure.
They couldn't handle the pressure of doing something right. It's like they panic and they always negate themselves.
But they giving the letting the fans give feedback for the balancing in Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Dude,
I'm gonna say this,
I literally don't know what version they're on. Like I lost track of it.
the fourth one.
God damn it, dude.
But look, I'm gonna say this about the balancer there.
Mm-hmm.
The only way they can really balance those characters who are quote unquote low tier is they literally have to reduce some of their moves. Like, and I'm not talking about special moves and all that. Like, their normal attacks have to be redone because the way a lot of those characters are designed, they're just not useful because of the moves that they have. There's nothing they can do unless they redo those characters. Don't tell me you're going to adjust the frame rate and the invincible frames, you know, and the hit boxes and all that, and give them a little more hit points and decrease, you know, make it where it takes more damage to stun them. That's not going to help those characters. A lot of those characters, for the most part, if you're trying to play serious in the game or at least compete against your friends, they suck.
It's not like certain characters like they'll be
El Forte, you can say it. Say El Forte.
but and then you realize, like, like they're too weak or they can't counter well against this other character, and then you can't play them because. And it's the same thing with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, dude. Like, it really boils down to like 3 or 5 characters that you pretty much have to pick if you want to win.
Yeah.
At a high level, like it's bullshit.
I mean, just even if we were just playing like this is how I grade these
Hold on,
times.
wait a minute. Before we get too far off topic, this is like with Capcom, they make so many bad decisions. Like look how many Street Fighters there are, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the amount of time that they released Street Fighter 4 and all these fucking other iterations, we've got Mortal Kombat 9, we've got Injustice. There's a brand new Mortal Kombat on the way in the same frame of time, really, in less time, really.
Guilty Gear.
You know what's crazy about? Let's just use a Mortal Kombat as an example. That Mortal Kombat, that one game, has sold more than those Street Fighters and those iterations added together. Remember when we did the count that one day, Larry?
Mm-hmm.
Just checking the sales charts.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
If you just add up the sales of all the Mortal Kombat for both systems, and you add up the sales for Street Fighter, because Mortal Kombat went greatest hits on PlayStation. It didn't reach that on the Street Fighter didn't reach that. And those sales numbers have dropped off considerably for each one of those versions. Now they may say, "Oh, well, we count the digital downloads and all that stuff too." Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the game. The game itself it was moving units in not way more, but more units in a way shorter time span.
Yeah, because that game came out after.
Yeah, it came out in what 2011,
I think so.
Yeah.
and Street Fighter came out in 2008.
Yes.
That game's almost been out It's been out almost 6 years.
They've done that Injustice, and there's a brand new Mortal Kombat on the way in a much shorter amount of time. And that same and more amount in a larger time frame, they've just re-released and tweaked Street Fighter 4 just ad nauseum.
Ever so slightly. Look at this tweak.
God damn.
Look at this tweak. But that's what Capcom does.
Man,
They even did it for a
another
non-fighting
game.
game. They did it for Dragon's Dogma. It's not even a fighting game.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Moving on, because we can literally do a whole shebang.
I hope their hidden character isn't Duck the Scrooge.
There's gonna be some water. There's gonna be some water from the
It's
movie.
gonna be the Wonder Twins.
Yeah. All right.
I should be
Next.
Ingrid or somebody.
I'm sure
Nah.
it's Raph. That
Yeah.
dude. God. It's gonna be something stupid. I swear to God.
It's gonna be it's gonna be Isaac from Dead Space. Just throw you off.
Hey, it's gonna be some big,
Oh my god.
or it's gonna be some big Turkish dude oiling himself up with baby oil and shit.
Yeah. Oh.
His gay
Come on.
brother.
That shit is so good.
Beacon.
All right, forget it.
Bakken.
Let's move on.
Okay.
All right. So now we can get into something that's a little more near and dear to my heart. Let me shed a tear. No, I'm just playing. The Wii U, they finally that one of the reason they've been struggling, quote unquote, is because of lack of software. Now, if any of the 22 listeners have heard, we said that the Wii U has had a software lag since initially the release, and even after E3, I didn't see anything special. I mean, we have Mario Kart, which is coming whenever. You have Smash Brothers that's coming eventually. You have a Mario game that's not even the Mario game we thought we were going to get. They gave you the Mario
We thought
game.
we were gonna get a brand new Super Mario,
something.
new something like Sunshine or something
I'm
like
tired
that.
of I was glad that they didn't just jump back in the Galaxy because I'm honestly tired of it. But at the same time, like,
What you got instead?
was like the Game Boy version blowing up on your screen, which
Yeah.
the game is awesome, but I was expecting something innovative.
Exactly.
Like
And that's what
something
I was expecting. I mean, you got the touchpad, which you tried to shove down our throats as the new thing, that we was going to make games that we had already beat 6 times going to be cool again, like Batman and Mass Effect.
It looks very expensive. by the way.
Malibu Stacy had a new hat because this nigga had a new armor, and they was like, "It's a brand new game." I'm not stupid. It
Mass
isn't a
Effect
new
3
game.
is like, well, Mass Effect 3 has already came out, and you don't even have the DLC for Mass Effect 3. Yeah, but you can play it with the touchpad. I could say the moves on Connect.
Let me throw a spoiler alert out there. If you have not played the Batman games, skip ahead a little bit because it's just they had that argument with Reggie, that guy from
The Doritos King, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, the Doritos King. And he was like, it's not a new game. He's like, it is a new game. I was like, this nigga had new armor on. So
slightly heavier armor.
Unless the Joker lives after that Clayface fight, it is the same fucking game. Alright? I was like, come on, man.
Look at the touchscreen though. Look what you can do.
Look, like you can pick from the gadget here. I can pick from the gadget by hitting the goddamn start button. I don't care.
I can also wipe my nuts across the screen.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yes,
No.
take it there.
No.
Take it there, Ramon.
That's
why I brought you here. That's why I brought you here. No, we not editing nothing.
No,
I
with
believe
you.
it in there. I believe it in.
You hear it. That's what I'm talking about. Turn it up a notch.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
But
It's
like,
where it is, man.
but Nintendo, like,
Their biggest game
I
right
swear-
now, first party, is Pikmin. Let's just be honest with you. We like Pikmin a lot. I
was-
remember when Pikmin first came out. I didn't really get into the second one, but the first one was just a breath of fresh air for the GameCube. One of the many gems on the GameCube.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. Pikmin is not your AAA game. It is not your console saver. It never will be. Monster Hunter is their biggest game right now.
Oh my god.
And as good as Monster Hunter is and as popular it is in Japan, it's not going to work over here. And if it don't work over here, you're not going to win. You're not going to win nothing.
I hate to keep saying this, dude, because like when it comes to a game machine, like I'm worried about games first and foremost. But let's be realistic. Game systems do a lot now.
Yes.
Like, and it ain't just like the PlayStation days where you could pop in a music CD and play some music.
That's
You
neat.
got Netflix, you got Crunchyroll, you got Hulu Plus, you got all this stuff going on.
Well, they can do that.
Yeah, all this extra stuff.
That system.
Can
They can do it. They can do that. They can do it on there.
Well, I know the weekend, but it's just like there's like that system would have been fine had it came out like around 2006, like the Xbox 360, and I'm not even trying to be funny, and the PS3. But now you're releasing this at a time where the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 is literally around the corner, and they have like these fucking spectacular, features.
Mm-hmm.
And they're way more powerful. So of course, bigger companies are going to want to do their games on that system because they have more options. They have more tools to create these, bigger worlds, these more impressive worlds and shit. And then you have a system that's essentially the same two systems that came out in '06. Like that is a problem, dude. I mean, because a lot of people don't even want to make games for the system. They're like, well,
Exactly.
we can't. And it's the same thing that happened with the Nintendo 64. When Squaresoft was working on Final Fantasy VII for the Nintendo 64, and they finally said, we're going to have to name this something else, we have all these ideas for 7, and we can't do it on the 64. And, all hell broke loose between Squaresoft and Nintendo, and they went to Sony, and they made this incredible game that simply couldn't be made on the 64. And I think the same thing's happening now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, they even ran, Squaresoft even ran joke ads saying, here's, they were showing pictures from Final Fantasy VII and all these scenes, and they were basically, and the center of the ad would say, if this was on Nintendo 64, it'd be on 25 cartridges. Like, that's a problem, dude. Nobody wants to make a game on this system now. And you have shit like, I hate to keep babbling on, but they have shit like Bayonetta, and Wonderful 101, and the creators of those games don't even have the system.
Well, look, I'm gonna throw some. I don't hate to be a numbers guy here, but I'm gonna throw some numbers. But then I'm gonna explain why this is kind of a dire situation for Nintendo. Now, at the end of July, the Wii U sales are 3.61 million. Now, at the same period of time, the Wii was 3.67 million, so it's slightly more. The Wii was slightly more than the Wii U. Now, the difference is everybody remembers when the Wii came out, the Wii wasn't on the shelf. You couldn't keep them on the shelf. That was the reason why they were so, the sales numbers didn't start reaching high until later on. Because they couldn't they couldn't manufacture enough of them in time. They hadn't got the process down that good yet, right?
Yeah.
You can go to any place. You probably can go to a Big Lots at this point. The Wii U's are just sitting there.
Yep.
You practically can't give it away. And the difference is nobody's excited to play anything they have. They're just not. I mean, third party, like you said, third parties are pretty much saying there's no point of us putting it on your system yet. I mean, I'm pretty sure if the Wii U picks up, they start to move some
I'm
units.
sure
That third
it will
parties
once
will
they
do.
finally, once
Well,
the
prices
Zeldas
drop.
and the Marios and I'm sorry, like I've said it a million times, and I know y'all tired of hearing me say it. They're gonna have to drop the price because
They're gonna have
I
to.
mean, like in terms of function, everything the Xbox One can do and the PS4 can do, the Nintendo Wii, the Wii U can't do it. So how are you gonna justify selling it at the same price?
It's not the same price, Keith. It's $50 less than the
It's
PS4.
$50 less. I mean, but then you gotta buy a regular ass controller because it don't come with one. Then you gotta buy a game. By the time you buy all that stuff, you may end up spending more money than the base PS4.
I really think they're gonna do a price drop
I'm
They're
gonna
gonna
be
have
honest
to.
with
before
you.
the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One come out. I hope that they do.
Look,
Because
I'm
they
gonna be
don't.
honest with you. If they don't have a fantastic holiday season, which means some of them games that are behind schedule somehow get out by the holiday season, price drop won't mean anything
Now,
because
what's
there
name
still won't
comes
be an
out in
incentive to
December?
buy it.
What's name comes out in December?
What
Now that Mario World or whatever it is, it comes out.
is it? Hey, is it?
That's what they told me. That's all I can tell. I mean, it comes. They say it comes out in December, and then but we so far off from like the next Zelda and stuff. You haven't even seen a video of it yet. But we will
It
wait.
don't exist. As
You
far as
don't
I'm
need to.
concerned, it don't
It's coming
exist.
out soon. You don't need to.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, HD Wind Waker.
That's not a new game.
I still have Wind Waker, and
I'm gonna be honest with you. I barely see an update in them graphics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what you're thinking. I mean, the GameCube version looked fantastic to me anyway.
yeah, it did.
So what are we really updating?
Uh,
Same game. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to do something. Looking bad for them.
It's not the same game.
Yeah. And then let's get to let's get into good old Microshaft.
Yeah.
Microsoft, god damn it.
Now,
Yeah.
now let's start off by saying, what happened. Now they decided that the Kinect was no longer required for you to use your Xbox One. Now let me just expand on this a little bit. Before, they had basically made it seem as if your Kinect was not plugged into your Xbox One, the system would not run because it was so integrated that it was a part of the functionality of the system. They needed it for the system to even
what
cut
they were
on
telling
properly.
us.
That's what they said. This had to happen. Now, a being of moderate intelligence, all of us in this podcast tonight, were well aware that that didn't make real sense to any of us.
Yeah,
How does
no
a
shit.
motion sensor and a camera be required for a system? Now, as I told Larry beforehand, if the Kinect was actually a part of the Xbox One, the camera was built into the base console, then I would certainly believe that that camera had to be on for the system to function. You could sell me that kind of dream, but you can't sell me a USB attachment as part of the requirements for your system to work. So today, they said, oh, you don't have to have the Kinect plugged in. The system will work. Now people are getting excited. Yay, good job, Microsoft. See, they're listening to gamers. The problem that we have with this is that we never believed it was required anyway. Every time Microsoft opens their mouth, it was just a bunch of lies that if you were of semi-intelligence, you could understand was just stupid. Didn't make sense at all.
This is something
So
else.
is this another 180?
Oh yeah, now, this is a 540 at this point.
Yeah, they're like 540.
Shit.
Let's see
The Xbox 900.
But
the
they
Tony
have that
Hawk.
problem because Major Nelson. I noticed, he works there. He has to say this shit. But it's just it's just like
Can I ask a question?
The guy, hold on, the guy Angry Joe, where he did the interview with Major Nelson. He said, "Come on, guys, you can cut this online function, this always online function." And he got pissed with the guy Angry Joe and said, "Oh well, are you a technician? Are you a software engineer? Somebody didn't think so. So how do you know we can't?" They literally cut it like the next fucking day. Quit fucking lying.
That's my biggest problem with it, man. Like, just the outright blatant disrespect of your intelligence. Like, it's just insulting to somebody who knows a little bit about technology.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me it can't work? Come on. What was you gonna say, Leah?
Yeah.
Were y'all excited about the unboxing? Yay!
I
I didn't
assumed it
watch
was
it.
coming in a box.
I mean, honestly, I did. I figured
I
it
knew
would
they
be
wasn't
some
gonna
kind of
send it
shake.
to you at home in a grocery bag. I assumed it was coming.
The,
I assumed it was in a box.
The
the
loose
Yeah.
unsolicited.
plastic.
And
I liked it.
everybody's
I
like,
liked it when you could rewind it.
everybody's,
That way
every,
he looked like he's boxing it.
hey, everybody's losing their shit. Like, it's about look how sleek that box is. I was like, are you fucking serious? It's a
It's a
box.
cardboard
No,
box.
no. Look at that connect, man. It looks all black and
All my boxes
and
end up in
shiny.
the, all my boxes end up in the closet graveyard anyway. Who cares?
Exactly.
When I saw it, I looked how sleek my channel changer was.
It's so
Hit that
terrible.
button real quick. No,
It-
dude, they just
They so
they just
excited
talk. They
about
talk
nothing.
down to us to a degree, man. I think that's what my biggest problem with them is how they just kind of talk down to you, as if you just stupid, like you just don't know any kind of, like you don't know nothing. You don't have any kind of intelligence.
How would you?
Morals.
Hey, are you a software engineer? No, but I'm not brain dead either. And I know the system works without that thing.
Like, man, if they'd have just came out, dude, if they'd have came out at their reveal that they tried to, one up Sony before E3, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
They just came out during their reveal and said, look, this is what our software, this is what our system is going to do. This is how we're trying to push the industry. I'd have been like, cool. If they just didn't have the restrictions, but the Xbox One did the exact same thing without the restriction. And if they had just said, just like people asked Sony, what if you don't have online connection? And they say, hey, well, you can't take advantage of some of the features that we have. You'll be able to play your games, but hey, you can't take a part of the cloud if you're not online. There's nothing we can do about that. But hey, here's some games you can enjoy. It'd have been all fine and dandy. I'd have just say, hey man, I wish their system was a little cheaper, but I mean, we got some tough decisions to make come around Christmas and next couple months or so.
Yeah.
Nah, they're gonna tell you, oh well, you gotta be online because if you can't connect to the cloud, you can't take part of the magic.
Hey, if you don't want to buy it, then there's a system for you. It's called Xbox 360. What the fuck did he just say to me? Like, come on, man. Like everybody was like, what
Okay.
the fuck did he just say?
Used games? Nah, you can't have that now.
I was talking about, you don't get the new games then. And it's saying it like a little kid, like, well, if you don't want to do it my way, then you don't get to play. Motherfucker, it's other kids. One of them called PS4. I go play with him because he's not a dick.
Exactly.
I got one thing about that. Like, the reason why my pre-order on that was instantly canceled is they're not confident in their own product. They're not confident in themselves. Has many things that just turn their back on and just turn around every 5 minutes.
Yep.
It's because they don't have any kind of confidence. If you don't have no confidence, then my money's not confident in investing into your system. Because there's no way you're telling me now. Now, think about it. They said they're taking all this DRM and all this crap. They're taking it out in a day one update that they're going to release.
Yeah.
We see how these updates go every day on the regular Xbox 360.
Dude.
Some regions won't get it. Some states won't get it. Some areas won't get it until later on that month.
Don't
Or
forget the
maybe
worst.
sometimes it won't even come out.
Don't forget the
Because
worst. I hate to cut you off, but don't forget about the worst part. Sometimes these updates just randomly break systems.
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
and didn't they say the other thing about the people that don't have a internet connection? Yeah, go back and buy a 360.
Yep.
Even with a 360, you still can't get an update. So
Said-
you're basically
said all I
looking
needed to know, my friend.
So you're basically looking at another DVD box.
You just talk yourself right
If-
out of yourself.
If you're able to play some of the recent DVDs, because I could have sworn you need to update for your media storage.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, we're big old Microsoft. That's why it's always bet on black when it comes down to Sony. Sony's been there since the nuclear bombs going off, handing out Walkmans, and they're gonna still be here. So we're gonna continue to invest our money into Sony. We went all out, and when it comes down to accessories, I just bought a Pulse headset. I don't have to buy another one.
Yeah.
You bought a Turtle Beach headset just recently, or one of the most expensive Turtle Beaches. Congratulations, sir. You will have to buy another one. Or you can go with the little $10 one that's coming inside the system that they're going to charge you $30 to $50 if you lose that.
No. The thing about this, though, remember beforehand? Remember how they didn't have a headset included? And then Sony was like, oh, we got a headset included. We got a headset, too. Like, every time Sony says something, they come behind it like, we doing that, too. What you talking
Another
about?
180. How
No confidence.
wonderful.
no confidence in
No,
themselves,
they're
man.
not. They're not confident at all. Because you know what, look, Miller makes me upset at them like that, man. Is the confidence, but the fact that they'll act like they're not phased by the online stuff, by the internet, by the the message boards and stuff. Oh, we consider what gamers are saying online, but it's not a big factor into what we're doing. Okay, because we heard gamers say that we doing this now. Like, but didn't you just say that you don't put any kind of weight to a large degree about what gamers are saying online? Now you're doing what they told you that you needed to do.
No,
Well, no, because we did some R&D and we decided that it'd be better for everybody involved if we include a $10 headset. Well, what about a charge pack? Well, if you get a charge pack and your controller, after a year, it stops charging good. But I had my PlayStation 3 for 3 years, and it still charges well with the controller. You can buy a plant charge kit for $20.
Dude, I probably charge my PlayStation controller like once or twice a week.
Exactly, once a week is what I do.
So you want to know what Microsoft reminds me of with all these turnaround situations? Have you ever seen that meme on the internet with the little fat kid in the ice cream cone just looking at the other chick's ice cream like, oh, that bitch got sprinkles? That's exactly what I feel. That's exactly what I see when I see Microsoft.
I'm so happy we got Ramon on this. Oh my gosh.
Every time I see Microsoft, it's like that the little jealous kid that sees him playing with a different color car. I want it now. Let's add this in. Or I need it. No, just stay confident. You had half of the people. Now people are petitioning because they want half of that crap back. If you just stay confident in your game system, you could even bypass it and just say, hey, let's release this, see how it goes. Wait 1 to 2 years and then slowly start doing it, because you already had put in rumors that after this model comes out, within a year and a half, you're going to be releasing another Xbox One.
I mean, honestly, I would have really, just not even trying to be funny, I would have 100% respect them if they'd have just ran with their version. Like, they'd have just said, you know what, look, some gamers ain't going to like it. Some people going to try to, down talk us and make us look bad in the media. But we're trying to push it forward. We're trying to do what we set out to do from the beginning, and we can't let people deter us from our original vision. If they'd have just released that system, although I wouldn't have purchased the system, I would have respected them a lot more in the long run. And if everything came the way it's supposed to, with how the internet is supposed to be becoming readily available for everybody, then it would have seemed like a better decision a couple years from now to get an Xbox One. But with what they're doing, every 5 minutes, they just want to change their mind and say, oh, well, if we do it like this, will you buy it now? Can we have them now, mommy?
Can we? Did we see? Okay, did anyone else see this guy, Peter? Was it Monolith?
Peter Molyneux, whatever.
I don't know how you pronounce this guy's name.
Molyneux, whatever. The dude from Fable.
Yeah. So he came out today and said that the Xbox One backlash was unfair.
The guy who works solely for Microsoft.
I'm gonna read. I'm going to read what he said. I just want to see what y'all response is. He said, it's quite an unfair thought that Microsoft are trying to control our gaming. They're trying to force us to be online all the time. Monolith told Tech Radar in a new interview, people didn't really think that, though. They didn't think it through, excuse me. And he said, I know Microsoft. I know that they're doing things because they thought they were long-reaching and long-thinking, but the world we live in now, that we have to realize, especially if you're a big corporation, if you want to make one step wrong, the world will leap on you, and unfairly, very unfairly, they will judge you.
Yeah, look at that pre-orders.
But they're saying, he says, he also says, talking about there's no escaping a future where a constant connection is going to be king. Yep. That's the problem, though. You can't force me to be online. No, you can't say your system doesn't work if you're not online. You can't say I'm going to drop in on you every 24 hours and make sure you're not up to something.
You can't keep taking our freedoms away from us, man. That's the bottom line. So I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Exactly.
I would give Microsoft the benefit of the doubt. I'm guessing they go with the, everybody has a cell phone, everybody has a Facebook, everybody checks into some kind of social network out there, so they feel that, hey, maybe if we put it out there, our Crackbox 360 or whatever you want to call it, and say, hey, check into it every day, because you check into your Facebook every morning. You check into IGN every morning.
But that's the problem. I make the choice to do that. You can't, there's no penalty if I just decide I don't want to go on Facebook tomorrow.
No, but
my computer still works if I don't check into Facebook.
If I don't log into Skype every day, I can still use my laptop for other things.
Damn computer. That's bullshit.
No,
I mean, like I said, I
Anybody
get the reasoning.
full of shit. Anybody trying to justify that, including this guy who, in his mind, is like one of the greatest game designers of all times. He can kiss my ass.
Well, look, I get the logic behind having a console that's always online. I get the benefits. Like I said, I understood what they were trying to do with that portion of it. But the second part of it is, and it's like, if you look at the two conferences for Sony and Microsoft, not the E3 conferences, but the reveal conferences, right? They were like two sides of the same coin. Sony pretty much said almost everything that Microsoft said they were going to do. Yep. They even mentioned the cloud system. They even mentioned the streaming service. Only thing they didn't have was like a 30-minute presentation with the NFL for no reason. Yep. But if you just look at what the systems are doing, they were very similar. Microsoft put a little more emphasis on the cloud. Sony did.
And Pizza Hut, don't forget that.
Yeah, gotta be able to order your pizza through your system because you're too damn lazy to do it through any other thing. But okay, and then the big separation was they asked the people from Sony, and I still don't understand why people were so nervous about what Sony was going to do at E3 because they said it in February. Somebody asked them, well, what if a person doesn't have access to the internet? What are they going to do? Is their system not going to work? And the dude from Sony, like, he didn't even know how to respond. Like, what do you mean if this system's going to work? He's like, well, you just can't take advantage of the live updates and playing your game 50% of the download and streaming games and doing all of that, but your system will still play games. Like, Sony didn't understand where the rumors, they didn't understand the concept of the system not working because of an online connection. They were caught off guard by it. Microsoft, on the other hand, was like, oh, if you can't connect to the internet, then why are you even trying to buy this system?
You shouldn't play games.
Yeah, that's where the big rift came in. And it's, that's even before all the whole DRMs and you can't use your game at a friend's house. That stuff just seems stupid to me. That has nothing to do with you being connected to an internet connection.
Yeah, that's just like that's trying what people are mad piracy. About. Like, essentially, like with my PlayStation 3 right here and even my 360, it's technically always online anyway. But there are times when our internet goes down. There's some kind of problem with AT&T, or the weather is. Yeah, or the weather is horrific, and it's knocked out service or something. I can still play my goddamn games. Like, that's what people were mad about, is that the system just bricked if you weren't online.
Yeah, and there's no real reason for it. There is no real reason for it. Didn't make sense to everybody. That's why we all looked around and said, "This dude just think we stupid." Like, it's almost like you were standing out there with your boys, and the dude comes up to you and says something crazy like a racial slur or homophobic statement to you. And you don't even know this dude, and you're looking like, if I just say what I think he said to me? Exactly. Like, you don't even, you take a minute to process it. Like, I don't think he said that. He couldn't have said that. That's crazy. He wouldn't say that. He don't even know me like that.
Yeah. Well, and just to think about it too, man, with the always online, you see how the 360 is, right? How on the marketplace you can buy Xbox Classics. What happens every time you start that Xbox Classic? It instantly kicks you offline. Yep. So, if I play an Xbox Classic on the Xbox One, which they said that you might be able to for certain games, you kick me offline, and I can't get back online because I'm playing this game. What are you gonna do?
Discontinue your box. Your box gonna start working. Congratulations.
Congratulations! I got a DVR. If it works.
You might not be able to do that the way they was talking in the beginning, but it's okay now, Ramon. It's okay now. There's a patch. It's a patch now. No, sir, you're not understanding. We're gonna patch that now. You don't have to worry about that.
So are they gonna patch the supposed Connect having to be integrated for the thing to properly work?
I don't think that thing even had to be connected from the beginning, Keith. I really don't think it had to be connected.
They were just trying to push it on people.
Oh my God, that first day is gonna be real bad.
I will just name this shit Xbox patches.
The Patch Adams. It's not funny though. That's the bad part. It's not funny.
No, it's not funny at all.
But yeah, dude. Terrible. You know what? I honestly can't wait for people to really get their hands on the system, because when people actually get the console, when that information starts to fly, I don't know what Microsoft is going to say, because the initial purchase is really when it's going to get bad, because that's going to be all the the game reporters, the YouTube video makers. I mean, they're just going to flood it. Now, big outlets like IGN and GameSpot and things like that, some of those, they take quote unquote, the high road, and they don't like to say that much bad about companies, which I get. Look, you got ad revenue, you got to make and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't make no money from these people. I paid them for my product, so I say what I want.
That's just that's that whole thing we were talking about when you had like these not the corporation, but when you had these fanboys, falling on the sword for these companies. I was like, I paid them for their services. I don't owe them anything.
They should bring DRM back.
It's like, oh god, it's like if I go right now, if I go buy Tails Zillia, right? Then I've supported Namco. I've given them my money. I don't owe them anything else. They gave me a product. I gave them my money. We're done.
Yep. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
I mean, since you bought the game from them, you must be friends with them, so you must support anything Namco does, whether you want the game or not, right?
Pretty much. I don't know what the hell people think. I don't.
Yeah, we should stop whining and complaining about it. Just let it happen, I guess.
That's how they feel. Like you. Well, if you supported us, you should just buy this game. I was like, I didn't want that game. I told you from the beginning. I thought Dante was an effeminate, weird emo, and I didn't like this. I didn't like what you did with it. You should have bought it anyway.
You look like the dude from the art director.
You didn't like the hair?
Let's not go into that again.
Okay, yeah, I'll stop.
I just had to bring it up because it was the perfect example.
Yeah. But, that's pretty much our thoughts on it. Let me see if there was something here on that we might need to cover.
Bayonetta 2.
Oh my gosh! Yes. Side note.
That is hilarious.
God, I hope that's not true.
It's not. It can't be. That's just somebody made a.
It's shockingly true.
Somebody made a terrible mistake. That can't be true.
That better not be true.
Honestly, being in the jobs that I've worked, I kind of understand what the person was saying, but they just said it.
They worded it very wrong.
Very, very wrong.
Someone asked them about Bayonetta 2, and the representative said that Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 1 were literally the same game.
Well, this is the whole situation. The person called Sega's customer service, which I don't even understand why they call Sega's customer service, but that's neither here nor there.
I don't get that either.
Sega's customer service and asked, was there going to be a Wii U port of Bayonetta so that they could buy Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the same console and play the game? And the guy basically said, you don't need to buy Bayonetta 1. And instead of just saying, no, there's not a Wii U port and a Wii version, there's nothing at the moment, if there's something that's coming out, you're definitely here. Just giving a nice PC response. It's your job, man. Just give a PC response. Instead of that, he tried to discourage them from buying Bayonetta 1, even though it's from a company that you now publish games for, which would in turn increase... That doesn't make sense. Okay, so instead of just saying no, or that we'll update you when we have some more information, he said, oh, you don't need to buy Bayonetta 1, because Bayonetta 2 is basically Bayonetta 1, but with a 2-player mode and some DLC added.
Oh, shit. God, I hope that's not true.
It can't be.
It is true.
I don't want to believe it.
Dude, the only thing I can think of is that before Bayonetta 2 releases, maybe they're going to announce that they've put some type of port included in Bayonetta 2 for all the people who never got to play the first one. I mean, there's no way in hell.
But just that statement, it just diminishes Bayonetta 2 so much by saying that. Like,
he essentially said, "Oh, it's Bayonetta 1 though," but she got this new costume. Well,
it's Malibu Stacy.
That's what he said.
With a new hat.
It was Malibu
She's got
Stacy.
a new hat.
I was like, it can't be. I was like, that can't be right. This dude just slipped up. It can't be right.
I think it's probably time for him to go on lunch or go on break. He was trying to complete the call.
They should have put that nigga on break at his house.
Permanent
if that
break.
Story gets out.
Dude, that's just crazy. That even it just seems so funny that you just can't believe it. I don't want to believe it, but at the same time, my faith in man is so low that I believe it's true. I really do.
I don't believe that's true. I believe it's just a weird story where this guy didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Well, let's just say it is true. What's going to happen?
Well, first of all, it's going to become a laughing stock.
That guy's going to be fired.
The guy's going to be fired, and it's going to be a laughing stock.
And honestly, he shouldn't get fired because he was just trying to discourage the person from not buying 1 instead of buying 2 for the company he works for. So I get the mentality behind it, but it just came out so bad. But let's end this on a happy note. So as a little preview to what's coming up soon. So we're going to try to do a little more content than we normally do because we're going to dedicate a whole video to what's going to come up soon, which is Grand Theft Auto Online. And what I wanted to do as kind of a precursor is just get each of you guys' thoughts of what you would like to see from the multiplayer, from what they reveal. You know, what kind of cool ideas you would think they should put in, and then we can kind of come back after they do the reveal and just, you know, give our thoughts of what they showed to us. I said shoot, that's terrible. Keep that. And then just, you know, kind of do a little compare and contrast of our hopes and dreams and what we got in return. And that's one of the reasons I really wanted to get Ramon out here, since he's an advocate of Rockstar Games.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Me too.
Fan.
We'll let you start it off.
Yeah, you start, Ramon.
Born fan. You know, started with this series, man. First PlayStation 2, man. Actually, PlayStation started out with Grand Theft Auto. And I'm going to end with that. You know, sooner or later, when one of you fans out there, when the game comes out, releases, and we release this podcast, I'm hoping that some of you guys drop some of your gamer tags, Xbox or PlayStation 2, 3, or whatever. I don't care. Just drop them down there. We're going to have to play. It's going to have to go down. We're going to have to bring in a wider fan base for this thing. It's
Squad up.
It's serious. It's going serious.
So what are you expecting from the multiplayer, man?
Man, what I'm expecting, man, I'm hoping it'll be a big upscale from Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer. Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer was great. They could have did a little bit buffering on the aiming system.
Yeah.
But they fixed that Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 is very fun. It's a very fun multiplayer now, even though it's kind of hard to get into. But
especially low levels.
Yeah,
PlayStation
exactly. Yes, but we can see that they have improvement. And from that little gameplay trailer, which is one of the best gameplay trailers I've ever seen, at least it was 30 minutes long or however long it was, it just felt like it was a lifetime. Something I've been waiting for. It just comes out and they, you know, blows your mind with that. And then now you guys have a multiplayer showing it. You guys had two separate things. And if it's going to be half as long as the other video, it's going to be non-stop greatness going on. And that's what I plan on jumping in day one. I'm going to play a couple of missions, but I'm jumping straight into the multiplayer. I got to get my jump on it before everybody else does. And when it comes out, man, I'm going all in. This is going to be the first collector's edition for me, and I'm going to just go give it all out. I'm throwing my money at the screen. We're doing everybody.
Yes. He's excited. Do you hear the excitement, people? Do you hear?
I hear.
This is what the hobby is about. Getting excited for a franchise. Game is coming. You can feel it. You know it's coming. It can't come soon enough. Keith, what you ready for, man?
Okay, like I played the last GTA Online. I played for, and there were certain things I liked. I didn't like. I kind of liked the mode where you're going against like the cops or whatever.
Oh man, that was fun.
But then there were other modes where it was like a very specific mission, and you were driving to this place and you shoot some people and then you just drive to it. And I was like, I didn't get it. Like I didn't get why it was supposed to be exciting. I mean, it was boring like that mode was.
Yeah.
But this new one, like when they showed that little snippet at the end of the other trailer, you see like this wide open city.
Yep.
And you see like dev names, you see like, you know, people playing like user tags everywhere.
Yep.
And they're nowhere near each other, so you know that it's not even related.
Yep.
Most likely it's not even related. Everybody was doing their own thing in this big city. But the question is, what can you do?
Yeah.
Because they showed the character, and the character seemed to be in a loft, like their own apartment.
Yep.
And they had money. They had like their own money. They seemed to have their own stuff around the apartment. But then when you look out the window, you can see all these other people playing. Some guys in an F-16 or something. And you see a bunch of people driving together. You see a helicopter going off in a different direction. So I'm wondering, like, can you do things like, let's say, like, you meet up with some other people online. Can you, plan out a bank robbery? Can you go rob a bank together or something like that? Is it possible that when you're trying to rob a specific bank or something, can another team of people come in trying to rob the same bank, and you have like some kind of scuffle with them? If you do leave the bank, is it possible that other actual real players Are they playing cops? Are they trying to stop you?
Is it getting real?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, what can you do? You just run up in somebody's house. Like, what are we doing?
We're kicking in dudes' doors, man. I'm telling you, this rap stuff ain't really work out like the way we thought it was, so we got to get this money.
Pretty much. So that's what I'm wondering. Like, is it true open world? Can you just go around doing whatever the hell you want to do? Like, I could just imagine, like, just meeting up some guys online. They're like, let's go rob a bank. You like, let's go do it. It's a video
I need
game.
that money.
Hey, it's a video game. No consequences. Then you just cock that shotgun back. Like, let's fucking do this. You know?
I am so ready.
I'm so ready. It's a video game. There are no consequences. Let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, playing Grand Theft Auto 4, I was, everybody was super excited to play. Just the thought of Grand Theft Auto Online, which is always a crazy concept. Yeah. We got a taste of it in 4. There were some real cool things about it. Even playing the little racing mode was cool, even though they don't have the best driving physics and everything. But it's not really about that. It's just, Grand Theft Auto, to me, always represented, one, they always had great stories that sometimes I thought people kind of missed the point of. But
because a lot of people weren't finishing the damn games.
But see, that's the big appeal.
They were just doing. Yeah, I'm saying they were just jumping into the chaos, and I can understand if you want to do that, that's your business. Exactly. But at the same time, like, you're missing out on some pretty great stories.
But that's why I love the broad appeal of Grand Theft Auto, because you could, it just gets people, to do whatever it is they want to do. Like you said, no consequences. You could be as crazy as you want to. Sometimes I play Grand Theft Auto so much, so I say, you know what I'm going to do is just see how long I can drive around and drive with the law and, just not mess up driving. Just because out of pure boredom, I'm going to trick out a car. I'm just going to cruise the streets for a little bit just to see what's up, see what kind of crazy stuff the game is going to generate for around me, see how long it takes for somebody to steal my car while I'm in it. Just little stuff like that. But yeah, man, I'm super pumped up just thinking about, man, just the ideas of what they could do. Rockstar is one of the companies, sadly, that hasn't really let me down to a degree. Grand Theft Auto 4 wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but I think it was because I had my hopes up so high from playing San Andreas that I kind of, I set myself up for failure. But I still was happy with the game. I thought it was still a great game, a great entry to the series. I wouldn't take it back for anything, but still, just thinking about Grand Theft Auto 5 when, Rockstar has time to just really play with the consoles, max them out, take stuff from different games that they made, like Ramon was saying, like Max Payne 3. I thought about it even before I seen the first trailer. I said, man, if they just take the shooting mechanics of Max Payne 3, that would just make the game a whole lot better, because Grand Theft Auto 4, my shooting mechanics weren't that good, and they did it. So, I mean, I can't really complain at this point. Just thinking about, like you said, just, squadding up, man. Let's just see what we can do today. Let's go down to Ammunitions and see what's popping. See what kind of trouble we can get into.
Burger shot.
Exactly. Let's go to the Grove and see what's up.
Yeah, that's. And I'm assuming, if I'm to think of it, I'm assuming that the robbery will be a part of it, because it seems to be such a heavy part of the main quest. And of course, you saw this guy's money at the top. It was like $54,000 or something. Mm-hmm. You getting the money. You getting money from somewhere.
Exactly.
And with Grand Theft Auto, it ain't nothing legit.
They're probably going to come back with a lot more customization, because the Grand Theft Auto 4 online was kind of, the customization part was kind of blah. It wasn't bad, especially compared to what we had at the time to compare it to.
Yeah.
But how Rockstar, they always step their game up. So, man, like Ramon said, we definitely want to see those gamer tags, those PlayStation Network IDs, whatever it is, in the comment sections. So I'm never opposed to playing with new people. Let's just see what can happen.
Yeah.
Let's cause some chaos, baby. Let's take it there.
I'm excited. They say it's the video releases Thursday, so I'm sure by the time we all meet up on Skype Thursday, I'll be done watch it 54,000 times.
Exactly. I'm just hoping, honestly, that there's a little more structure to the online mode.
Yeah.
Instead of I understand it's probably going to be a free-for-all or free-roam mode, which just makes sense, seeing at what game it is. Yeah. But I just hope there's some kind of more structure to it, a little more, like you said, objective-based. Give me some objectives, or give me the option to take up objectives. Kind of like Red Dead, when you had all those different multiplayer options where you could, you could gang up and go do the random missions and go kill some bad guys and bounty hunt or whatever.
Yeah.
And you got anything else you want to add to it, Larry?
No, not really. Y'all said everything I wanted to say, so.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm good.
I'm so fucking ready, man. It's going down, man.
I don't blame you.
Get them guns cocked, put the women and baby to bed. Let's go get this money.
I'm sabotaging the first person that robs the bank. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Shoot them tires.
Nope, shooting them in the back and taking the money myself.
Are we doing the payday? We doing the payday to heist?
Exactly.
A fun version? Let me not say that. Let me not disrespect them. That game wasn't that bad. Just not my cup of tea. I just don't think that's a cool thing to have. It's just one mode. It seems like it's like taking Harvest Moon and turning it into Farmville. Like,
well, it's better than that Microsoft game where you just rob a bank with a little cartoon character all day.
That's actually not even a Microsoft game. Their version was the worst version because that's so buggy. But that's a whole other day. That was just an indie game somebody made, which was kind of neat in theory.
Oh my god. Well, hey, good concept, just terrible execution.
There you go. All right, so we'll be back Thursday, or at least by Friday sometime, with the thoughts and afterthoughts of the Grand Theft Auto reveal, and we'll go from there. Still got a lot more stuff to do, and I'm glad we got Ramon onto an episode. This was a great addition. I think we should definitely have him back on a couple more times.
I got a quick question. What's going to be Microsoft next 180?
They're gonna release a bundle without the Kinect, and it's gonna be $3.99.
Yeah, hopefully this one comes with a remote.
I mean, that's what's gonna happen. That's clear.
Yeah.
I put money.
It's obvious. It's just a no-brainer at this point. Like the 4-door truck, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Peace.
Peace out.
Yep.